Hello and good morning. It is an early November 3rd at New York's Moynihan Train Hall. I am here today because I'll be taking the 51 Cardinal for the first time all the way to Chicago. I've been here since like midnight because I took the 67 Northeast Regional in from Boston. And I've just spent the night riding trains because the transit systems here run 24 hours. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of an introduction in before the caffeine wears off and I eventually crash. But a lot of people get the view during the day, but the view during the night is actually pretty cool too. So overall, I'm pretty excited. Metro Lounge is right here. Pretty empty at this hour. I'm one of the only people here. So overall, I'm excited. New train. I mean, obviously riding a train's always fun, but this is a different one, and also it's stupid early, so I had to do a weird trip to get here, but so far it's been a success. So I'll probably be recording again when we board. Here I am boarding the Cardinal. All the way at the end, it seems, are where the sleepers are. So I'll be having to go all the way down. I was right. They are all the way at the end. The Cardinal runs 3 times weekly and travels 1,145 miles, making 31 stops along its route. Major destinations include New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Charlottesville, Charleston, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Chicago. Today's trip is scheduled to take about 26 hours, putting my arrival time in Chicago at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
On the opposite side.
Finally, my trek to the sleeper cars has come to an end. Seems like we're in a Viewliner 2 today. Alright. I accidentally stepped into the wrong room, sleep deprivation hitting me hard, but I'm excited to be riding in a Viewliner 2. You can tell we have no toilet. Red instead of blue. Top bunk is pretty standard. Got some area up there for luggage. But other than that, these are pretty similar. We got a digital thermostat this time. AC and stuff. Well, overall, pretty standard. Trash is over here. You can see manufacturer information there. This is home for the next 28 hours. I'm looking forward to the trip. So we just passed Secaucus Junction. My room attendant came by, or car captain came by and explained the deal. Apparently this time on the trip we don't have a full service dining car, but we do have a cafe car. Supposedly there's still a menu for that. I'll probably get my order for breakfast, take a shower because I need one of those, and then after that maybe crash for a little, at least until DC. It's a kind of cool view behind the train. You can see the sun is rising as we are heading out of New York. You already know what it is. It's bathroom time. Shower looks decent. Frosted glass. Stuff I need. Alright, let's play. Am I having a hot shower today? The answer is no. Alright, I'm back from my shower, and that was officially the worst shower I've had on Amtrak. That trickle of water that you saw in the video is all that I got, and I got 0 hot water. So, I didn't get to take much of a shower. I kind of just did as best as I could, I suppose. I will probably have better luck maybe in the other shower. I might try that tomorrow. Get up like super early or something. But other than that, I ordered breakfast as well. I decided to go with the 3-egg omelet like I did before. Seems it hasn't failed me yet. But maybe some other time I will try maybe like one of the continental items. I don't know how I feel about Amtrak pancakes, if they would be good or not. That I said I would take in the dining/cafe card at like 8, so probably see you then or shortly after then. Before breakfast, I saw a wonderful view of fog over the water as we passed by, and here's a look at the much less glamorous but fairly clean restroom on board. I enjoy my breakfast with a view as we approach Philadelphia. As you can see, we are currently pulling into Philadelphia. I just finished up breakfast. Wow, that's actually a really nice view of the skyline. So, I had the omelet, and it was fine. Again, what I expected of a Amtrak omelet, but we're, I think, pulling in a few minutes late, but not too bad. You can see Cardinal 51 boarding. So, yeah, it's been good overall. My car attendant is very friendly, and she's made sure that everyone in our car has been taken care of. So again, it's a shame that the shower wasn't great, but hopefully you can still get like a nap or something in. While we're stopped here in Philadelphia, I at least show how to put down the beds, since I'm probably gonna nap for a sec. In the Viewliner 2s. So what you would do is you just want to sit down, lift, push, pull out pretty far, but not too, you don't have to pull it out super far. Here, you just push, and then on this side, you do the same thing. And now the bed's down. Alright, we have arrived in Washington, D.C. So, here in Washington, we are going to be having a bit of a layover because of the fact that we're switching off the Northeast Corridor to some other tracks. We have to do an engine change because we're switching from electric to diesel. And then on top of that, there's a crew change that is going to occur. So we'll be here for a little bit. While we're stopped here in Washington, I'll at least show what the bed down looks like once it's all set up. We've got the mattress topper and the blue Amtrak blanket. I'm hoarding both pillows, so I don't need to share them. And after I'm putting the bed parts away, we can turn these back into seats, and so you would just lift and push. This one. And then you can just kind of push down on that and move it in. While we are stopped in DC for our engine change, let's walk down and look at the train for today. A second cafe car dedicated to us seating or sleeper passengers, since we don't have a full-on diner. So for today's Cardinal trip, I am on Viewliner 2 car 5100, or card number 5100, part numbered 62518, I think. Whatever that number says. It's called the Susquehanna River. Alright, you can see from us leaving the tunnel under DC under DC Union Station, that we are heading out of DC. We departed on time at 10:59 a.m. So now we'll just be heading through regions such as Charlottesville, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, cutting through like the mountains of West Virginia. So should be a pretty fun and scenic trip. I know I'm not going to be able to see like a whole lot of West Virginia during the daytime, just because of the fact that the sun is setting earlier, but maybe I'll be able to see some cool stuff still. This is our first stop after DC, Alexandria, which is on both Amtrak. I believe there's a Washington Metro station there as well, right over there. And also this is on the VRE Manassas line. As I tried to catch that Washington Metro train passed by. Just wanted to also point out that the station is also on the Fredericksburg line for the VRE, not just the Manassas line. I realize in, the grogginess and sleep deprivation of this morning, I never got to show off the sink. So actually a pretty decent sink. that water wasn't warm, but it probably requires some time to heat up. And that, you know, normal light. Stuff like that. And of course, for the top bunk, you can use the handle to slide it down. I'm just passing through some suburbs of DC in like Alexandria and Manassas on our way through Virginia, on our way to West Virginia. And then for the tray table, it's pretty easy to fold out. It's actually a pretty decent amount of space. I think I had complained last time on the Viewliner 1 that my laptop could like barely fit on the space. I do have my laptop up and running, but it is a little crowded. But this is sturdy and plenty of space. So on top of that, the car captain, or room attendant, as she called herself, went through and took people's lunch orders. So I ended up getting the chicken enchiladas. I'm having some weird issues with the supplies and menu and on our Cardinal trip today. You know, we don't have a full dining car. We don't even have menus. My attendant had to show me the menu on her phone, although I also had the same menu pulled up on my phone. So, not sure what's going on with it, but you know, if that's the only thing that goes bad about this trip, I can't complain. Alright, it is 12:34 p.m. We're stopped here in Culpeper, Virginia. I hadn't even realized there was going to be a national cemetery on the train route, but I saw the, you know, gravestones here and I was like, wow. I've been to Arlington National Cemetery, but I haven't been to this one. This is like the just kind of cool thing you get to see doing these types of Amtrak trips. You get to see like small towns and kind of what's right by the station and all that. I catch a few first glimpses of mountains here before eating lunch. Alright, so I just got back from lunch. I had the chicken enchiladas with a salad, brownie, and roll, and a Coke to drink. It was actually pretty good for, you know, a microwave enchilada. So I was pretty pleased with that. And the brownie was all warm and gooey too, so that was very nice. But yeah, we're about half an hour out of Charlottesville. We're running about 10 minutes late. Definitely don't mind that little bit of delay. It doesn't really bother me too much. Definitely mountains. The people across from me had a super great idea, since they were on the side that was actually like on the platform. They were able to just like go outside of the car or the coach and then like clean the window, so that they made sure they had like an unobstructed view, which was like I wish I could do that. I was unlucky. I need to keep that in mind for next time.
Charlottesville, Virginia. If Charlottesville is your destination, take this time. Check around your sitting area for all personal belongings. Make your way to an exit on the way you said uniform crew member not on the road there. Charlottesville will be a designated smoking stretch stop. If you want to step off, this will be your time to do so. We do advise remaining training time. Once the station work is complete, the train will be departing. If you want to step off for a short stretch break, we ask that you make your way to an exit at this time. Once we start boarding, you will not be allowed to step off at that time.
Alright, so as the announcement said, we are pulling into Charlottesville. And this is going to be a designated smoke stretch break, apparently. Although, since we're running a little behind, I don't know how long it'll be. Honestly, seems like a pretty cool little downtown for Charlottesville. They even have buses. Alright, I just wanted to remark they're coming around to check tickets again, so a crew change has actually, I think, happened a little bit. And the conductor sounds a lot more southern. As more mountains come into view, I'll keep quiet and let the views speak for themselves. Hoping for a break in these trees or something. That was the sister train. That was the 50 bound for New York. Here we're just coming to a stop to let another train pass by. But there's a lot of color in this area for the leaves, so I wanted to get some footage of it as it rolls by. Yeah, so I think, at least from the glimpses that I'm seeing in between the cars of this train, there's a pretty good view on the other side of them. But, you know, CSX gonna CSX, I guess. Look at that view. Just left Clifton Forge, Virginia. This is our last stop in Virginia before we move into West Virginia. Not sure what views are going to be offered in West Virginia because I looked on the map and the lots of like nature mountainous parts are in Virginia actually. Like this is part of like a state or national forest. So I don't know what parts along the route in West Virginia are going to be like similar. But we also don't have that much daylight left. It's about 4:30. If I have the time right. Yeah, 4:37. So we maybe only have like an hour and a half of light left. Alright, I'm cursed again with looking at a CSX. Oh, never mind. The car captain slash room attendant just came by and took everybody's dinner orders. For some reason, dinner is only scheduled between 5 and 6, which is kind of bizarre. But I feel like it's kind of early, but maybe there's just something going on with the cafe. I mean, like, it's just been bizarre today. It's been a bizarre trip as far as like the amenities go. The thing that I ordered for dinner is I decided to get the ziti and meatballs, considering I didn't really want the other two options. I think I had like there was like the kebab and the glazed salmon or whatever, and I was like, I'm just gonna have ziti. So figure that's safe. And then got like the other dessert because it's either a brownie or a butter cake, and so I got the butter cake instead. So I got the brownie for lunch. And I'll have dinner at around 5:30, and then we'll see what happens from there. Now the views are on this side. Maybe they're on both sides. I don't know what the other side looks like, but these views are good enough. Ooh, spooky house. We have left the first stop in West Virginia. We have left White Sulphur Springs. Alright, we're slowed down here because there's a train approaching. I'm glad I get to see this train pass by me as the day leaks out its remaining sunlight on the mountains. Alright, here we are leaving Alderson, West Virginia. I've received my food significantly late. I said my time that I wanted to eat was 5:30 and it's now like 6:15 or 6:11. But to be fair, I also received my food, tried to prepare it, and got so incredibly upset by the screaming children next to me that I decided that I could no longer be in the dining car. So the ziti looks really good though. Like, actually looks appetizing. Other than beyond the other dishes. I got, a little drinky salad. So yeah, I just finished up dinner. It was pretty good. The ziti is solid. I didn't find anything really unpleasant about it. And everything else is, good as well. I mean, the dessert, the salad, the drink, pretty standard. But yeah, other than just like having to eat in my room, because I do like eating out like in the dining or cafe car, being able to at least hear and see other people. But I can't hear other people when it's just screaming children. So since it's getting pretty dark, I'm probably not going to record very much other than if I'm pulling into like a major stop or something and I'm awake. So I'll probably show that my bed is made down or something and get ready for bed at some point. I'm still feeling a little sleep deprived. I think that's why I'm a little like crankier than usual, but that'll get solved. Alright, I've gotten the bed ready for actually going to sleep this time, or at least trying to go to sleep. I turned the bed down this morning to try to take a nap, but that didn't really work out. Probably because I had a little bit too much caffeine and the cold shower really woke me up. So, but I got all my stuff put away and I'm undressed, so I am all ready for bed. Alright, we're about 30 or 15 minutes behind at Huntington, West Virginia. We're here for a dedicated stretch and smoke break. I fell asleep for a little before we got here, so I don't know too much about the details of how we got here. All I know is we're now here. Good morning. It is just past 5:30 on November 4th. I'm due to arrive in Chicago in a few hours from now. We've been stopped here for, well, I don't really know how long we've stopped here because I wasn't awake when we got here, but we'll be departing at the top of the hour. So don't have too much further to go. I've been sleeping well so far. Alright, here's the other shower. Let's hope I have better luck with this one. Well, that's certainly better pressure. Did my pressure like that one or the other one? This is looking better already. Hello and good morning again. I have returned from my shower after waking up about 30 minutes ago in Lafayette. Decided to take a shower. My shower was much better this morning. That must have been just a problem in my car, because the other car had plenty of hot water and the pressure was decent. So I have no complaints about the shower this morning compared to yesterday. So that's quite a solace in this like bizarre experience of a trip. I shouldn't say it's really bizarre. It's not that bad. A couple delays in the meals and being sat next to, you know, not my favorite, you know, place to be sat is fine. I don't know if this comes up on camera, but there's like a huge field of like radar towers or something. You know, actually, I think it might have something to do with these towers, with these wind turbines right here. I think actually all of these red dots that you see in the distance are wind turbines, since this is a wind farm. So it's kind of cool to pass by this morning. Overall, good morning so far. Shower was fine. I don't know if I'm gonna have breakfast. They haven't came by yet. But they did put up my bed, which was very nice of them. Alright, the announcements just ended. We are pulling into Rensselaer, Indiana. It's kind of funny. I will be I'm passing through Rensselaer, Indiana, and then tomorrow on my train home I'll be passing through Rensselaer, New York. We were able to make up for any delays overnight, and we are on time departing Rensselaer.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be in Dyer, Indiana very shortly. Dyer, our snack and beverage car will close. If you're in our snack and beverage car, it will close completely, folks. You'll need to return back to your sleeping car or your coach seat. Once again, the snack and beverage car will close in Dyer.
Here we are, just pulled into Dyer, Indiana. The cafe car was closing, unfortunately, while I was in there. So I didn't get to finish my meal, but I was at least able to start it. I just had the omelet again. But, you know, I don't mind it. I wish they were a little more communicative about breakfast today. It seems like some people had their orders taken from their room and others were told just to go on ahead and have their orders in there, or have their orders taken in the dining car, or cafe car, because it's not actually a dining car. So I almost didn't get a chance to order breakfast, but thankfully the attendant, let me know, like, hey, like, are you all good? If you need, like, have you had breakfast? And, I explained, like, no, and I haven't even had my order, and they said, they'll take my order in there.
Railroads run the train in an hour to an hour and 10 minutes into Chicago. Next station stop for this train will be Chicago. Once again, next station stop for this train is Chicago. If you're unaware how Amtrak works in the Midwest, we rent time and space from our host railroads, and we hope that they run us appropriately. Once again, the snack and beverage car is closed for the duration of the journey. Thank you.
That was actually interesting. I had not had that explanation done before on any of my trips, about how in Chicago there are different railroads, which makes sense. There's the different metro lines, and all of them are under, like, the different operators. But the delicate dance between, putting an Amtrak train through in Chicago and, basically threading needles on those freight railroads does make the job challenging. So I'd never considered that, like, it is one of the most difficult things you can do as a railroad engineer, to be able to, like, manage that. Kind of weird thing about our approach into Chicago today is there's this, like, what looks like a service road, but I've been seeing signs along it basically saying, like, closed, or, like, Uber drivers turn around. So it seems like this road is sometimes accidentally used as, like, an actual road. So like the a railroad has to like put up signs to make sure people don't actually go on it. So there was the Union Pacific Intermodal Facility.
Don't have one freight train, but two.
You can see on the right hand side we have a FedEx train just sitting there. So yeah, we are currently early, as the announcement was saying. I don't know if it caught on the video, but we apparently have been making good time. So we are in what the conductor is calling the penalty box for getting there for getting here early, and now we have to wait for freight trains to pass, which isn't a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chicago. Step off the train, turn to your right, head into the station.
There's the Superliner, and then we got a Viewliner. Woo! I have arrived into Chicago a few minutes early.
Welcome to Amtrak's historic Union Station in Chicago. We thank you for traveling with us today. Customers traveling in business and class accommodations are invited to remain in the great hall waiting area until your train is announced.
Overall, I enjoyed my trip on the Cardinal. The views were very relaxing and beautiful, and the ride was smooth as well. I wish the meals and staff communication were as smooth as the ride, but hopefully those issues are uncommon. I hope this train runs daily in the future, as I recommend anyone who enjoys long-distance train rides to try the Cardinal as well. Thanks for coming along with me, and I'll see you on the next trip. If you're wondering what I did while I was in Chicago, check out my last video where I rode a Metro train for my first time.